Now tell me. Is it clear? Anybody has a question? So Maitri, is it clear? How much time you are able to meditate today?
I don't know the time, but
Approximately. I don't know the accurate. Seconds and all this don't matter. Hours together you are anyway spending noisily. Tell me. Out of 20 minutes, 10 minutes is, let's say, we are making noise, a sound, concentration. Another 10 minutes silence. How much time you are able to spend in silence?
4-5 minutes.
5 minutes to God. Very, very good, yeah. What about Katyayani?
After every omkara, like few seconds to be silent.
Totally in 20 minutes, how many seconds of silence?
3-4 minutes.
4 minutes you are able to give God. Wow. What about Balakrishna?
4-5 minutes.
That's because you are repeating, copying question answers or?
No.
Uh,
Because my mind is majority of time I am silent.
And you are silent in not mouth. Then the mind running goes on.
Mind also silent.
The mind, what is the thing goes on?
Majority of the time I am silent.
Yeah, majority of time mind goes on. What will I do tomorrow? How long this will go on? Okay. Hey, Murti hai kyad mugdata? Na? What happens in the mind?
No,
I know, I can read the mind.
Make sure that others are confused. I am not confused.
Okay. So, anybody else? So, Mamata?
In the initial, it was very silent. I didn't want to even chant Omkara because the silent was so blissful. But after some time, thoughts started.
In 5 minutes, 20 minutes, how much time? How much time you are able to give to God?
Sure, 5 minutes.
Not
Because
bad.
the initial,
Not bad. 5 minutes to God is good. Huh?
it is to the self.
It's a good charity, eh?
Not to self. It's only to self.
Huh?
It's only to self.
Self is God only. Self is not God.
Not in this state.
Self is God only.
Yeah, not
What happened to Vaishali? Everybody is copying answers here. Okay. Okay, now let me ask the question. Why 5 minutes in 20 minutes? Huh? Why not 10 minutes in 20 minutes? You tell me. Why 5 minutes in 20 minutes you are able to give to God in silence? Why not 20 minutes out of 20 minutes?
Lot of thoughts.
When you are chanting, you are concentrating to the sound.
That's one sound, one chant, right?
That's also okay.
That is actually when you are concentrating Omkara, you are trying to connect with God. The Omkara is your passage. You are in the journey. Okay?
But for few seconds we'll be silent. Unknowingly it starts.
Thoughts will come. After that, thoughts will come. Where are you, Mamata? Why are you not able to give 10 minutes out of 10 minutes to God? Why 5 minutes only? I'm asking that question.
Go back again
To where?
to the noisy.
What noise is there in the mind?
Which we are not thought of it will come.
Oh, Mamata. Why are you not even able to give 10 minutes out of 10 minutes to God? What happened to that remaining minutes? Huh? Out of 10 minutes, only you said you have given 4 minutes to God or 5 minutes. What happened to 5 minutes? I want the account of that 5 minutes. Then in that
Thoughts.
thoughts means whose thoughts? In that 5 minutes, how many thoughts of husband, how many thoughts of children, how many thoughts of job?
Luckily, I didn't count, otherwise I would have done completely that.
Huh? You tell me. Out of that 5 minutes, you give me a percentage. I don't want the exact detail. What percentage have thought into jobs?
Since I have started the tuitions,
Hmm.
I will like going to
Huh?
Will I be successful like that?
Man, out of 5 minutes, how many minutes to go tuition?
That's more. And my kids.
Kids. So 5 minutes you are giving to others. Even that 5-10 minutes dedicated to God, 5 minutes already 50% is given to others. Huh? 24 hours anyway you are giving to others.
When you are silent, only thoughts will come more.
That's because throughout the day, okay, you are not going back to God. You have to give some time to God throughout the day. You understand? Every day in 24 hours, you pause for some minute. Okay? Become silent. Can't you give in 24 hours a few minutes to God once in a while? Even when you are meditating, where you are supposed to give time to God, you are giving time to others. When you are giving time to others, can't you give a few minutes to God? The other way. Do you understand my question? Maitri, you understood? Katya, you understood my question? What is the question? You tell me. In 20 minutes, you are supposed to dedicate to God. Out of that, half the time is only Omkara, which is actually connecting to God, switching on. Another 10 minutes out of that, 10 minutes, 5 minutes is already going to something else. Where did your 5 minutes go?
I had that bad urge of moving my body, so it was concentrating on that.
Body movement, okay.
So the other 5 minutes was based completely on this.
So, you give 5 minutes to body. Okay, what about Katyan is 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes? How many minutes to went to whom? Swaha, whom did you swaha? Huh?
On some browsing.
You are doing browsing, mental browsing. Computer. What about Vaishya is for 10 minutes? Huh? How much time to MIL, FIL? And how much time to money? Huh? Okay, you please see, in 20 minutes dedicated to God, okay, 5 minutes only you are finally giving. Only how much for percentage? 25%. Okay. Now God has given you 24 hours. Why can't you steal some time for God in that 24 hours when you are doing something else? So that earlier days they said Sandhya Vandanam 3 times a day, just spend some time with God. Morning, afternoon, evening. Okay? Understand? So sometime when you are doing any work, pause for a few seconds, for a few minutes, and dedicate that time in silence to God. In silence. So then, throughout the day, giving some time to God becomes your habit. Okay? Are you clear? Make your mind silent. Few minutes a day. Now you tell me, you have 24 hours. How many minutes you can steal for God? You tell me. You're stealing some 24 hours from somebody else. Okay? Browser, internet, computer, TV, job, husband, wife, food, movie, right? From all these things, you have to steal some time. How much time you can steal per day in 24 hours? You tell me. Gayatri. You're already donating, no? That time. What God has given you, are already donating to somebody else. So how much time you can steal throughout the day? You tell me, give me a guess. Maitri. It looks so silly, no? So much little I can give. How much time you can give? Make the mind silent totally and be one with the God for a few minutes in a day. Can't you do that? I am not saying one stretch you do. 2 minutes. 3 minutes. Before food, we are supposed to make our mind silent. That's why food becomes worship, eating food. Just before eating food, make your mind silent. Offer that 2 minutes before food to God. After eating food, make your mind silent. 2 minutes after eating the food, you offer it to God. Watching a movie, before you switch on, just 2 minutes of silence. After you switch off, 2 minutes, if you switch off anyway. Before you study, 2 minutes of silence. In between, if the problem is bugging you, just give 2 minutes of silence. Can't you do that? Steal for some 2 minutes to God. Can't you do that? Is it very complicated? You are stealing your time when you are sitting in meditation, you are stealing time for others actually. In 20 minutes already you have spent 5 minutes for others. I am asking, in 24 hours can't you steal some time for God? Okay? So that's why please spend some couple of minutes pausing and making your mind silent to offer to God in 24 hours a day. Your mind becomes more and more silent. Any questions? So I'll tell you one method I learned from Dhawal. His mobile has a sound, that sound of water. So whenever he wants to drink water, he has to drink 3 liters of water. So he has programmed his timer in the mobile. So once in a while it just makes sound. Then he drinks a cup of water. Right? Why can't you have some program for one meditation timer in your watch, in your mobile? One beep, 10 times a day, 1 minute at a time. 10 minutes you are stealing for God. Can't you do that much? Anyway, if you give 10 minutes to God, God will give you an abundance, intelligence. Any questions?
I have one question.
You have one question, yeah.
I understood what you said.
Hmm.
I also understood the silence is God, but just for understanding purpose I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like equating silence to the God,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of programming has gone in about fantastic ideas about God, the stories, Puranas, and God as a separate entity. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we coincide that with silence? Being in silence is being with God.
So anybody else has this question? Huh? Maybe.
When you are chanting in front of God, you will be to God only, no? Why be silent only? That's all.
No, chanting, that's what I'm
No, when you are sitting in front of God, we'll chant for half an hour.
Right.
Okay? That mantras, book will read. We'll into the God only.
No, what I'm saying is that's where you're missing the God, missing the full thing of God, importance of that. The mind is still, the nervous system is active, noisy. The water ripples are there. The whole purpose of mantra chanting is to make your mind silent so that you allow that intelligence to flow into you. Give some time to God. The chanting of mantra is connecting with God. And after connection, you have to give time to God to come back, no? Enter, no? Okay. So, the question is, we have so many fantastic ideas about God. We have a lot of concepts of God. Okay. How do we come out of that concept? I didn't say God is silent, actually. I never said God is silence. God is intelligence, which you experience in silence. When the mind is noisy, please understand. When the mind is noisy, huh?
I didn't get the question.
So he says, our concept of God is so many fantastic things.
No, what is it related with Puranas?
And the Puranas, God will come and stand in front of you. What do you want? 1 crore rupees, take it. What do you want? A child, take it. Okay? What do you want? My dash 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 should disappear from. Okay? What do you want? I should get a promotion. So these are the concepts of God we have.
Yeah, God as a separate entity.
And God is a separate person, entity. Right? God is separate from us. First of all, I'll ask you, if God is separate from you, okay, right? That means there is a gap in God somewhere. If your understanding God is everywhere except in me, that means you are bigger, more powerful than God, where God cannot enter. Right? Understand? It's a black hole where God cannot enter. That means there's a gap somewhere where God cannot enter. That's called you. That's why God is separate from you. Is that possible? Are you such a powerful person that you are separate from God? Nothing can be separate from God. Okay? This concept is good for communication, prayer, our mind to make silent. But when mind becomes silent, there's no gap. There's no separation. Understand? And God is giver of everything, right? Which is true. In your life, there are so many things are given to you. The sunlight is given to you. Do you pay any money for sunlight? But you pay electricity charges, you pay. Okay. Water, do you pay anything? You pay. But God gives you free. Sunlight is given free, water is given free, breath is given free. One day you may have to buy oxygen also with this pollution. But God gives air also free. So many things are given to you. God gives everything to you. And He gives 24 hours, which is free of cost. He doesn't charge you 24 hours, right? Huh? But how much you are going to give back to God in the form of silence is the question. A total silence, where there is no noise, that's called total surrender. Okay. So how do you come out of this? How do you come out of this programming is through learning, understanding words of wisdom, words of jnana. Without, if you say that what is my view is right and nobody else I want to listen, nothing can happen. If there's some higher understanding, better understanding with the words of wisdom is there, then a lot of deprogramming can happen. Otherwise, you will live with the program, your own concept of God, your own imagination of God. And imagination of God is the most dangerous thing to happen, because my God is right, your God is wrong. So many concepts will come. Instead of understanding God as intelligence, God as peace, and God as love, we'll understand God as something else. Then the competition starts. My God is better than your God, that's why I'm superior. My God says kill you, I'll kill you. So like that, all imaginations, fantasies will come into picture. Unless you have a real understanding of God, God as peace, God as love, God as consciousness, God as intelligence, which is universal in nature, it's not individual.
What sort of intelligence do you mean?
Now, what sort of intelligence are there? Let me understand that. How many different types of intelligence are there?
Like worldly intelligence, and you get some knowledge
Yes.
about ourselves or about God. So which do you mean?
The good question is, what sort of intelligences we'll get? Okay. Understand? So the intelligence is there. She says, I am also already intelligent. Okay. You are also intelligent. It's not that we don't have intelligence, we have lack of intelligence. There is some part of intelligence already there with us. So what sort of intelligence you will get is the question, right? If you connect with God. Now what do you think the answer is? Okay. So it's a very intelligent question actually. It put me in trouble. So we have intelligence. Mamata, where are you? We have a lot of intelligence, and every being has the intelligence to understand the objective world. Okay? What is available to senses, we can understand and analyze and apply. That intelligence is called intelligence of objective intelligence. It applies to mathematical intelligence. She put a very, very tough question to me. Okay? The question is, already there is so much of time intelligence is there. If you connect with God, what type of intelligence you will get is the question. So what is your answer?
Now the intelligence is your own perceptions are the intelligence. More than intelligence, you have perceptions.
Okay. So you have perceptions, and your intelligence is based on the sense inputs. What I see, I can guess something and make a sense out of that. What I hear, I can make a sense out of that. All intelligence relate to objective world. There is a good intelligence, right? Whether rat or elephant or ant or mosquito have intelligence to understand the physical world. Right? Now, our intelligence gets cluttered when it comes to psychological world. Have you heard the story of Dhritarashtra, a blind king? He is very, very, very sharp and good in finding the fault with others. He can find exactly what small fault is done by Pandavas. But big mistakes done by his children, he can't understand. Why? It's actually the physical blindness is a symbolic meaning of spiritual blindness. We can see the objective world and understand very clearly, but subjective world, when it comes to me, my mind gets cluttered. Our intelligence cannot penetrate psychologically. For example, in that 5 minutes, where is my mind going? I don't know. It's running somewhere. Right? Your intelligence is stopping at the physical world, not at your psychological world. Your mind is full of images, concepts, and thoughts. The intelligence doesn't penetrate fully in understanding and mastering the mind. If your intelligence, physical intelligence is there, you can create fan, you can give a comfort to the life, you can create electricity and give physical comfort. This is what science and technology is about. If you have spiritual intelligence, you can master the mind and bring peace in your life. You can bring love and compassion in your life. This is the intelligence. Not only you can bring peace and love and compassion, you can in your life, you can bring peace, love and compassion in somebody else's life also. She asked a very, very intelligent question. You missed the question. There is so much of intelligence already. I am also intelligent. You are also intelligent. If I connect with God, what type of intelligence I will get extra? What is your understanding?
We have certain level of intelligence. That means higher level of intelligence is required.
She is asking, what is that higher level of intelligence and why it's required? So we have intelligence for survival in the world. Right? Eating food. A dog has intelligence. It will go and find out where food is. A cat has intelligence for survival. Okay. We have intelligence, mathematical intelligence, understanding mathematics and subjects. We have physical intelligence for applying scientific concepts, understanding the world. Okay. We have intelligence for artistic. You can create artistic objects called artistic intelligence. We have linguistic intelligence. I can create words and music and poetry. But what aspect of intelligence God brings into your life is bringing the intelligence into your psychological world, in your mental world. Our mental world is opaque to us. For 5 minutes I am spending, 5 minutes mind is jumping somewhere. Because mind is not under control, it's running somewhere. Becoming aware of our inner nature is the intelligence which comes from God. additional intelligence. When you become aware of your own nature, you become aware of anybody else also. Not clear.
Become aware of everybody else also.
I'll tell you what it is. First is, you understood what I'm saying. The intelligence comes in understanding your own nature. Psychological understanding. Is that clear? Right? You understand your mind in a better way and manage your mind better. Then when you understand your mind better, you are able to make mind silent at will. Then you will experience peace and love in your life. Deep peace and love. Otherwise, throughout our objective intelligence, we are searching for peace and love in the external world. You understand that peace and love is your own nature. That's the intelligence comes from God. Is it clear? You don't have to search for peace and love and happiness outside. It is your own nature comes. This is the intelligence. Then what happens? You struggle. Every time this struggling, some struggle comes down because you are of nature of peace and love and wisdom and clarity. Another wisdom comes into you that I am not a separate individual. I am a part of the larger whole. Everybody is connected and that connection is called God. I am not individuals. It's a part of the whole, bigger whole called God. Then our love for the universe and people will expand. It becomes universal love. So the connection to God brings the intelligence of awareness of your own nature, brings love and peace and happiness in your life, which is already your nature, but because of objective intelligence, you are running away from trying to find out somewhere, but you find inside. Is the answer clear?
But when you say meditate on God as intelligence,
I didn't say God as intelligence. I said meditate and make your mind silent so that higher intelligence will come into your life. Right? Meditate and God as intelligence is idea, concept. Okay, that we'll take it as an idea, a meditation on idea. But right now I said God is supreme intelligence. God is pure love. God is pure consciousness. So for that to enter in our life, we have to surrender. Which means surrender means make our mind silent. It's not clear.
it is, but before we meditate also we'll be thinking we want more higher clarity in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that also the same intelligence?
You are asking for, right? Asking for and getting it, they are not different? Are they same? I want more higher intelligence in my life is definitely yes. I want more clarity in my life is very definitely a right seeking. But that higher intelligence and clarity will come when you connect with the higher intelligence and clarity. Isn't it? You have to get some input somewhere, right? That input is God, higher intelligence and clarity. By making your mind silent, you are connected with the higher intelligence, then only clarity will come in your life. No. Otherwise, how it will come? Your seeking is correct. I am telling the method by which you can fulfill it. I want a clarity, right? Where does the clarity come from? Either by my experience, right? Which is actually learning by mistakes. I will get experience from him. He is an expert. He has learned by his mistakes. I will get experience from him. That also clarity. Then I can get a clarity from God. The clarity from God is making my mind silent, accepting wisdom of God in my life, more intelligence. Okay, so then clarity will come. We need all the three methods, but I am saying by clarity which you attain through God will bring you peace, happiness, love and wisdom in your life. By getting clarity from Dhaval, you will get a clarity on science and technology. But Dhaval will not be able to see peace. He will say, where is the peace? A peace kya hota hai? Huh? Okay. Alright. He will not know because he himself is searching. He knows exactly where its peace is in the office, not at home.
Peace is inversely proportional to the distance.
Peace is inversely proportional to distance from home.
Peace is inside.
So, finding peace and happiness is what is the intelligence, what you get from God. Are you clear? And that's not easy. All throughout people's life, people are searching for this one only. Are you clear? Then I'll tell you one more thing will happen to you. That intelligence. This you listen carefully. That's called grace. Okay? One is intelligence, which is peace, love, and happiness. Then something called grace happens. It's in English. It's called, in Sanskrit. It's called krapa, grace. Okay. There is a scientific word called synchronicity. Have you heard of this word called synchronicity? Anybody? No. Okay. So, let me give you an example. When you eat food, you take the food and put it in your mouth. Is your hand connected to mouth? Why mouth should open when you put it in your mouth?
Everything is connected to the brain.
But when hand is separate and it comes, mouth opens, some hormones are secreted in the stomach. How is it possible? They're all different things, no? Different parts, no?
Hand sends the signal, brain signal sends the signal to the mouth.
But they all operate as a single individual. Your body parts, right? Isn't it? Now, apply to the universe. The God is, entire universe is God. Huh? Okay? So, if something is required for you, it will be coming from somewhere else also. Should it or not? Because it's a single entity. Are you getting what I'm saying? Like, hand is, when hand comes, mouth opens. Because the hand and mouth are connected through you. Everything in the world is connected through God. Okay? When hand opens, comes here, mouth, does he know hand is coming here? Mouth opens because brain signal from brain comes. Understand? So now apply that to the universe. Everything in the universe is connected. If you may not know it, but it is connected. Then what is required for you at any point of time, exactly the same thing will come to you at that point of time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, are you clear what I'm saying? Because universe is connected. You are not doing it. Neither hand is doing it nor mouth is doing it. All are done by this self Atma. Everything in universe, what is required for your evolution, exactly it will come at that point of time in your life. Not 1 minute earlier, not 1 minute later. And you are not doing it. Who does it?
Nature.
God. Nature is, God operates through nature. So God takes care of you exactly when it is required, how it is required. You understand? You may not like it sometimes. Okay? What God gives, you may not like it. But that is what is required in your life now, at that point of time. Medicine may be bitter at some point of time. But medicine is what is required at that point of time in your life. So everything what is required for your life will come exactly at a given minute and second in your life. Because whole universe is connected through God. You understand?
So no need to ask, no need to put effort.
The putting effort is also happening through you. What is required for you, you have to do. Right? And what is required by God, will do. That's what you do is called sadhana. What God does is called grace. The more your mind comes out of silence, the more the grace flows in your life. I will tell you once.
Is there any chances like God decides this is not right for you and I decide I want that and I ask it with full deep heart and he changes his mind?
So let us see clash of what is my will and what is God's will. I will come to that. Okay? Whose will is stronger? I will come to that. So first thing is I will tell you a small story which happened in the life of Guru of Swami Chinmayananda. Okay. There is a saying in spirituality, okay? Not spirituality, monk's life. A monk is not supposed to possess food for more than one day. A sannyasi, he should not carry any food or any money for more than one day. Why?
You will get attachment to it.
No. The principle is, sannyasi is dedicating his life to God, and God will take care of his life. So when food is required, food will come. So that is the principle. It doesn't come, the question will not come. I'll tell you.
What if they are old and they're sick?
God will take care of the faith. Okay? And whatever is your faith, so is the response from God.
What about a person who does not believe in God?
So he will not get it. I'll tell you about belief. I'll tell you. Okay, I'll keep this question. One question is about will, another question is about belief. So Swami Chinmayan's guru. Okay, what happened? He used to. Okay, the principle is very clear. I cannot carry anything more than one day because God will take care of me tomorrow. And when he was going in Himalaya area, Gangotri area, there was a storm. Okay, he was supposed to reach another village for begging food. And he is not able to reach because already everything is covered in snow. And he got trapped in the snow, like avalanche or something like that. And no direction. You don't know where to go. Now he is wondering, today I'll die here only. Because I don't know where to go. Okay. In this storm, who will give me food? And he became almost unconscious. Okay. And fell there. Suddenly he woke up. Somebody was putting water on his face and woke up. Okay. What happened was that in that Himalayan area there are some thieves. Okay. What they do is the merchant takes a food on merchant takes some goods to one part of this thing to other part on the donkeys they carry. So they steal from that guy. So these thieves saw some package, saffron package lying somewhere. Oh, they thought something is valuable lying here. They came there and they found this monk, put water on his face and saw that he has no food, and they gave food to him and they helped him to reach next village. Okay, this is what is called what you believe, what is your faith. The God will respond to that faith exactly, not 1% more, 1% less.
It's like that movie which we saw.
Huh?
Kanchi movie tha me movie padalla Christians or Jews are this tha. That God will come in front of him. He'll send all the things he can to help the slaves. We saw
Moses. Okay, 10 commandments. So the question is, if you have a very clear faith, not a blind faith, the God will respond in the same proportion. Okay.
For faith also you need grace, right? You will not get that.
For grace you have to receive it. No, for that you have to make your mind silent, surrender.
Because faith will not happen on its own, even though you are aware.
That's what I am telling, the process by which faith will happen. First, at least become recipient, make your mind silent. If your mind is throughout the day noisy, where anything else will come inside. In 24 hours you are given, in 20 minutes of meditation you are given 5 minutes up to God. Give some more time to God. And He will give everything for you. Faith will give, love will give, peace will give, and wisdom will give. And more grace will happen in your life. Are you clear? And please understand, what is to happen today for you will be taken care couple of days back. It will come today. Because God knows past, present and future. It will be taken care for you. That's called synchronicity. You understand what I'm saying? But do you have such a faith? That synchronicity will take care of me. Grace will take care of me. Do you have such faith? To have faith, you have to understand God. For understanding God, you have to make your mind silent and receive God's grace. Is it clear?
Some will say work is worship. Why don't
Work is worship. Work is worship.
that's it? Why you have to go?
Now you have, actually I'll tell you the other. Why you have to go where?
Silence, all those. You are doing faithfully.
No. What I'm saying is work is worship. You're not, that sentence is not complete. One part of the sentence is correct. Okay. When you do work, if you do with total dedication, as an offering to God, work becomes worship. Now let me ask you a question. When you do work, are you offering that to God? When you do work, you're doing work for money. Is it offering to God? When you do work, you are actually, your mind is silent or totally dedicated to work, or mind is already jumping here and there?
You'll be dedicated to work, but not offering to God.
So, any work done as an offering to God with a total dedication is a worship. So then, how carefully you will do everything? Will you do anything which is, how careful you will be in your work? Okay. Now, what is the effect of worship? Is the silence of the mind. Work is worship. Worship is a way of connecting with God. And when that connection happens, the mind becomes silent and God enters in your life. Work is a way of your offering to God. When your offering is really correct, really proper, God will offer himself to you. You have not heard the full story of the worship. You are giving work to God and God will give himself to you. That part is not clear. And for God to give himself to you, you need to be able to receive. For receiving, your mind has to be silent. For that, silence is called surrender. So that's why when you say do work as worship, do karma yoga, offer your actions to God, offer the fruits of action to God. Okay, this means you are surrendering. By surrendering, the mind becomes silent. When the mind becomes silent, the intelligence in the form of God enters into you. Are you clear? Because we have not understood the whole truths, we have only understood partial things. Any questions? So what was this question I answered actually? I answered 28 minutes actually.
Intelligence.
Sort of it.
Okay. What was your question actually? That's how I started answering.
What is a sort of intelligence?
What sort of intelligence do we get when we meditate?
Did I answer your question or yes or no? So intelligence of peace, intelligence of love, intelligence of understanding our psychological nature, intelligence of synchronicity and grace, how the universe works. This is what we get. The law of karma, the law of dharma, you'll understand. Okay, let us do one more meditation now. So I have two questions pending. What are the questions? One is what is will, my will versus God's will. And what is the other question? Huh? Believe. Did I answer your question clearly or not? Gayatri, any questions? Gayatri has become very silent. She's dedicating all the time for God now. Any questions? No questions. Okay. So let us start one more meditation now. So earlier meditation was meditation on the mantra. Now let us do a meditation on the breath. Can you get me some water? Angas, Vaidri. Oh, maybe I can't speak.